Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I am going to be focusing on the drawers today. My hope is to get them all glued up probably by the end of the day. The carcass itself is ready for its final sand and then finish, so I'm just keeping it dust free for now. So as soon as these are ready for finish, I'm going to be wrapping this table up. So that's going to be happening this week, assuming all goes well. Coasters, these 20 still need all the works. The other 20 are ready to be steel wooled. That's a verb, sure, why not? And then get their second coat of finish, and those will be wrapping up. So gonna be plugging away at that in between working on the table. Table's first priority this week. So yeah, I gotta do that. Got the vlog post up for last week. That was week 26. Can you guys believe that I have been a full-time woodworker for half a year already? Like, that just blows my mind is just so blown by the fact that half a year has already passed and I've just been doing this. Like, I can't even wrap my head around that. Like, they say time flies when you're having fun. Guess what, people? It's a fact. The other day, my husband, well, actually, it was probably like a month ago now. I don't even know. But my husband texted me and he was like, hey, how's work? And I was like, what is he talking about? And I was like, oh shit, this is work. Like, when you forget that you're working, you're doing something right. You are in the right place. If you go to work every day and you're feeling like, damn, this sucks, I'm not happy here, rethink your choices, people. You do not have to stay at a job you are unhappy with. You do not have to live a life that you are unhappy with. You have the power to change it. Holy crap, Monday motivation with Marissa. We might have to make that a thing. I love the alliteration there too. All right, but seriously, I'm gonna get to work. I will see you all later. Bye. All right, it's time to get this table finished. I was waiting on a new router collet to arrive, and this came over the weekend. So I'm gonna get this installed, and then I'm going to put in this 3-wing slot cutter bit. And then I am going to clamp up an assembly of the drawer box and run it over the bit. Running this over the bit will create a little groove all on the inside of this to accept this little rabbited lip here on the drawer bottoms. So this will just slide right in there. I will need to round over the corners of this to make sure that it fits nice and snug without having to chisel out any material on there. I'm gonna get to it. I should also mention what's gonna happen is it's gonna take multiple passes of this to get to the thickness that I want for that drawer bottom, for that little rabbited lip. So you can see here that I have it marked out. This area here is where it's gonna fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start at the bottom and move it up for each pass so that the bearing has somewhere to reference. All right, so because I cut it the way I did, where I do it in one pass, what happens is this bit leaves a radius on the inside of the drawer parts. So you can see that there's this little ramping up in here where this just fits perfectly. So what I can do is either chisel this out and make it square so that I can fit the bottoms in, or I can do my preferred method, which is just round over, like add a little radius to all 4 corners of the drawer bottoms to match this radius. So I have these little radius jigs here. This one's a 1/2 inch, and I just have to kind of look at it. It's hard to see on camera, but I'm trying to match this radius to the bit radius. So the 1/2 inch didn't match, but now let's take a look at the inch one. See if we can do this. Which way? I'm going the wrong way. I'm struggling. That right there is gonna be a match. So I will just go ahead and use this to create a 1 inch radius on all 4 corners of the bottoms. We'll see how it goes. All right, I have a little straight bit with a top bearing chucked up in the router table, and I've got my 1 inch radius jig, which just hooks onto the side of the piece like this. So I'm going to fire it up, and I'm gonna bring it right in and just remove this tiny bit of material on all 4 corners of all 3 drawer bottoms. time for some real talk. I shared my Monday motivation with Marissa this morning, and I have had a variety of conversations come from this. Everywhere from people being excited by it and feeling motivated by it, others saying, but you know what, Marissa, it's not that easy. I have bills to pay. Well, you know what? I have kids. I have a significant other who doesn't want me to leave my job. All these things. Here's the deal. I'm going to tell you what I went through just recently. So, I wasn't happy at my job. I loved woodworking, still do, but I knew I needed to make a change. And I knew I couldn't just up and leave my job. You know, we have a house. I don't have kids, but we have a house that we need to be able to pay for, and we have our lives that we want to be able to support, and I want to be able to support my shop. So, what we did, my husband and I, we made an exit strategy. So we said, okay, when do I want to be able to leave the job? Okay, we wrote that down. And we said, okay, what needs to happen before that can happen? Well, I needed to buy all of my big tools. So I bought a bandsaw, I bought a drill press. I started buying all of the big tools that I knew I was going to need to just get up and running. We said, okay, my shop needs to be finished. So we finished drywalling, we painted, we got heat installed, we started doing the duct work for the dust collection. We did all of that. We said, okay, I'm gonna need insulation too. Like we insulated, we put up the doors, we did all these things. We just kept going down the list saying what needs to be done before I can even leave. So while I was still at my job, I was buying these big ticket items, I was spending this money, and what all that meant too was we were putting in a lot of hours, manual labor to build this, to make this happen. And this was a joint. So this was 100% a joint effort. My husband and I were on the same page about what needed to be done. And we knew that in order for me to leave this past February, we were both gonna have to be like balls to the walls to get all of this done so that we could reach that goal, which meant we both agreed we were going to make a lot of sacrifices to get to this point. So, you know, we stopped eating out as often as we would. You know, I would come home from work, tired, exhausted, whatever, didn't matter. Get back out in the shop, keep working. Weekends, we were out here working constantly. Every single lunch break I had at the day job, I would literally just spin from my computer, my work computer, to my laptop. And I would just estimates, designs, CNC work, everything I could do. Every minute that I wasn't at the job, I was focused on getting stuff done for this because I needed to set myself up for the future. Another big part of the exit strategy was budgeting. We needed to whittle our budget down as low as we could possibly go to a point where we could live like this extended. So when I go full time, if I don't make a single penny, we can still survive on just my husband's income. And that's what we've been doing. And we're continuing to live like that. And you know what sucks? Life happens. So I'll tell you guys, our roof is leaking and our well just went dry the other day. Shit happens. So we literally have no water. It is what it is. We're surviving. We're getting through it. You roll with the punches and you prepare for that kind of stuff as best you can by just socking away every penny along the way. And just, you can't prepare for things like that, but you can at least know that it's going to happen and have a plan to get through it. And our plan is to just keep hustling. We didn't know that a pandemic was going to hit the entire world 2 weeks after I left my job, but we dealt with it. And here we are with no water. Literally ran out of water while I was in the shower the other day with shampoo in my hair. Like, it is what it is. You just deal with it. And you know what? One other thing that we really did was we started stocking up on toiletries, like laundry detergent, shampoo, conditioner, toilet paper. We started stocking up on all of that over a year ago because we knew that 6 months in right now to my full time, we didn't want to have to worry about those types of basic expenses. So we kept buying more and more of that. Walmart, deliver that shit to us. We will just stock up on it. So actually, funny enough, when the pandemic hit and everyone was rushing out buying toilet paper, we were like, meh, we're good for a year. We got this. We were accidentally prepared for that. You can't plan that kind of stuff, but it just happens. So what I'm saying, no matter your situation, put together an exit strategy. Give yourself a reasonable timeline and write out every step that you need to take, every expense you need to make to get where you want to be. Regardless of whether you have bills to pay now, you have kids to take care of, whatever your situation is, it doesn't necessarily matter, because all that it matters for is tailoring your exit strategy to what you want. Your exit strategy might be 6 months because you don't really have a whole lot of things you need to take care of. Or it could be 10 years. It doesn't matter. Just write it out and know what you need to do to get there. And if you want it bad enough, you will make every sacrifice to get there. You and your significant other will agree on it and make those sacrifices to get there if it's truly what you want. But you can't know what it's going to take if you don't write it down and think about it. All right, I'm done. I'm getting off my soapbox. That's my soapbox. Okay, that was some real talk. I've got work to do. DM me if you want to talk about this. If you want to argue with me, go ahead. But there's really not much to argue about because I have done it. I am living it. I am proof that it can be done, but you have to want it bad enough. And it has to be for the right reasons. For me, leaving meant happiness. It meant free time. I could spend the time with my husband. I wasn't giving him enough time before. So we sacrificed for like a year and I had even less time with him to give us this. We are so much happier now because I'm in a better place. I'm able to be a better wife to him. And that is just such a blessing for our marriage. And it couldn't happen if we didn't start with the exit strategy. So that is my advice. Don't argue with me. This is how I did it. Have a good day. Bye. Sick of looking at me today? Too bad. But I am wrapping it up right now, so you're about to be rid of me for the day. I got 3 drawers all glued up, so I will get those cleaned up tomorrow. I gotta get runners cut for them and install those. Then I need drawer faces, and then everything needs its sanding. We're getting close. Hopefully Rubio Wednesday on everything. And then that table is, holy shit, could it be done? All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves, people, but potentially Wednesday finish is going on it. That's a relief. Switching gears, 20 of the coasters of 40 have been, what the hell is it called? I remember what it's called. Steel wool. I hit all 20 sets with steel wool to get them ready for coat number 2, hopefully final coat of tung oil. These ones, we're just gonna pretend like they don't exist, okay? Anyway, all right, last comment of the day on everything I had to say earlier. I used a word that I know that people don't like. And I'm gonna say it again, so get ready. Sacrifice. Yes, I said it. Anything you want in life, you can have it, but it means sacrificing something. Whatever it is, you want money, you gotta sacrifice time. You wanna be skinny, you gotta sacrifice, I don't know, food. Guess what? I would love to be skinny, like super thin, like, washboard abs. No, I don't really want that, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. But guess what? I don't wanna sacrifice beer or chips. So that's not gonna happen for me. That's the only way to get there is sacrifice, and I'm not gonna get it if I don't do it. Same goes for you. Everything has a payment. Like I said, you want money, you gotta sacrifice time. You wanna be skinny, you gotta sacrifice food. You want to be rich? Guess what? You might have to sacrifice your soul. There's always a payment. It's just a matter of whether or not you are willing to pay that price. I'm done. Have a good night. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I will keep it short and sweet this morning. I am going to be working on all of those drawers and the carcass. That's the focus for today. For all of you wondering what we're doing about the well and all that stuff, well, styrofoam, paper things. We've turned into a disposable family again. Gotta do what you gotta do. Most of the well companies in the area are booked out at least a month. So hopefully one company is going to squeeze us in maybe as early as next week, but we're still looking at all of this week and next with no water. So you buy gallons of water and you refill them at the lake to flush your toilets, and you shower at family members' houses, but you don't really want to be a burden on them either, so you show up at a different family each day to try to ease the burden on each one of them. You just get through it. That's all I can say. I mean, there's not much more to it. What it comes down to is we've had a drought around here pretty much all summer long, and we knew that our well was starting to hurt. We could hear the pressurized tank like struggling, and we could tell something wasn't right. So we started cutting back weeks ago, and we've been concerned about it. And when it ran out, I was still in disbelief. You know, you do that like laughing, crying thing where you totally sound hysterical, and I don't know. I mean, you just deal with things. There's nothing you can plan for. The best thing you can do is have a good group of people in your life who are there for you when you need things like this. To be able to go do laundry at my parents' houses, to be showering at my brother's houses. Friends have offered for us to come over. Like, that's all you can really do. So don't worry. Don't spend a minute of your time worrying about anything. Spend all that time building a community. See you guys later. If you guys remember, like last month or something, I bought a bunch of these dollies, but sometimes I have longer projects that just don't work on the dollies and you have to use two of them, and then they're all over the place and it's just annoying. Like for the carcass, it's 50 inches long, so kind of need to use two of them. So I got clever. I added some eye hooks and some just little hooks. So now, so much better. Man, it's the little things. Okay, see ya. All right, I am done for the day. Thought I'd show you the finishing station. Yes, this is a professional finishing station. I'm proud of it. But anyway, these ones all stacked up on the sides have had 2 coats on them. Some of them feel like they could use a third. Some feel great. So we'll see how they all are after a buffing of steel wool. All the ones laid out flat and up there, they have just received their 2nd coat. They will be ready within 12 hours. And then still have more that need their 2nd coat. And of course, there's still another 20 in the shop. But I will see you all mañana. Have yourselves a good night. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's already been such a busy day, and I'm just getting into the shop. But hey, there's a business side to running a business. And it's got to get done at some point, and no one else is going to do it for me. So that's done. But I also got the 2nd coat on the last few coasters of the first batch. So what I'm putting on those, I've been getting a lot of questions on it, is I use Formby's tongue oil finish. I really like it. I use it on the majority of my coasters. It sets up nice and hard, but has that oiled look. And I just love that combination. I think it's beautiful. I think coasters are a perfect use for it. I haven't had any problems with like heat rings or anything like that on them, so that's a good thing. All right, yeah, so I'm gonna be working on the drawers today. Gotta get them sanded, gotta do some drawer faces, some runners, other crap like that. I'm gonna get to it. See ya. One of the last few things I have to do for these drawers is I need to cut little runners that go on the sides of them to just keep them in line and lift them up just a tiny bit, so the runners take the brunt of the sliding versus the actual drawer bottom being what gets dragged around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with bigger stock than what I need and cut it down. The main reason I start with bigger stock than what I need is because it makes it safer for me to use it on whatever tool I'm using. Now I'm going to be doing this on the table saw. So this whole little shaded in area in the center here, I'm going to be removing that using multiple passes over the blade, and that will create a channel all the way down the center of this board. Channel in there, that'll be considered a groove because it's running with the grain and it's going the length of the board. However, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the blade up and I'm actually going to cut this entire area off that has the X, and what that'll do is it'll leave me with what's called a rabbet. So I'm going to use that rabbet to sit it on the outside of the drawer. after all of that, what I'm left with are these 3 pieces that look just like this. And they have this nice rabbet on the edge. And because I don't have a flat grind blade or a dado stack, I have these little tiny ridges in here that I need to clean up. So I'll use a router hand plane to do that. And then I have to cut each of these in half. All right, I'm done for the day. I got runners cut and installed on all 3 drawers. Those are ready to go. Tomorrow I need to focus on drawer faces because I did not get to that today. And that's going to take quite a bit of time tomorrow because it's not an easy one. It's kind of complicated what I'm doing with it because I like to make things difficult. But hey, whatever. It's gonna be worth it. I promise. So on a side note, a well company was here today. They are going to squeeze us in early next week. Super pumped about that. So grateful. Could really use some water. Great that it is raining right now, but it's not going to refill our existing well fast enough to be able to use it. So whatever. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I am going to be working on the drawer faces today, and that's like the last big thing that I need to do. And it's going to take probably the majority of the day. I'm hoping to get finished on everything before the day is over, but that might be a tall order. We will see how far I get. See you later. Bye. This entire build doesn't have a single nail or screw or other type of fastener in it. It is all traditional joinery. And that's one of my favorite things about this build. But because of that, that means no hardware for the drawers. So what I've done is I've got it marked out here where it's going to have this slanting style all the way across. It'll be easier to see once it all comes together, but the far left drawer will just have this slanting opening so you reach your hand in. The center one will just be wide open all along here to grab, and then the right one will slant back up. It's going to look really good with that continuous style all the way across. I'm pumped to see it come together. Well, I did not get as much done as I wanted because in, regular old 2020 fashion, all hell broke loose in my life again today. But it is what it is. I always keep saying it is what it is, and I'm getting sick of saying that phrase, but I don't know what else to say. Whew, man, what a day, people. I'm not even gonna go there. But I did get 2 of the drawer boxes cut to their shape, got all 3 drawer faces cut. So tomorrow I just need to get the last drawer box cut to shape, install the drawer face, then everything get its final sand, brands, and Rubio. And then this is done. Guys, I need a drink. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. It is a new day, which means I get to choose whether or not I want yesterday's shit to follow into today. And you know what? I don't. I definitely don't, because I've got work to do. I got this table to finish. It is looking so sexy, and I just can't wait to see it with some Rubio on it. So that's happening today. I will not stop working until it is done. Well, I'll stop for food, because, to be honest, Marissa likes to eat. But anyway, I am going to get that table done today, and if I have time, I'm going to start working on the next 20 sets of coasters. Just keep busting my peach. And by the way, yes, I did match my outfit today. Thank you for noticing. It's the little things, people. It is the little things. All right, I'm gonna go get to work. You have a great day. Go kick some peaches. Do something good for yourself today. All right, bye. All right, I'm working on the final drawer box today. And as you guys saw, it had that shape to it to open it. So what I'm actually needing to do is to cut the actual drawer box, not just the face to that shape. So this one here, you can see I've already cut down, but then I also continue it up the side a little bit just to make it look sleek. So there's a lot of ways to cut the drawer box to that shape. My preferred method is with a good old-fashioned handsaw. I like these little flush cut saws. I get them at Harbor Freight. They are dirt cheap, and I just buy a couple of them, and I just alternate. When one gets hot, I move on to the next. I could use lots of other multi-tools. Power tools would definitely do this job well and much faster, but I always I tend to side with hand tools just because I like the control that it gives me, and I don't mind taking the extra time to make sure that I'm doing it right. With a power tool, if you make a mistake, phew, it's gone. You just screwed it up. That sucks. With that being said, there are definitely two schools of thought when it comes to woodworking. There are the power tool woodworkers and the hand tool woodworkers, and they tend to not get along very well. I am right in between there though. I like to do things in a hybrid style where I do as much as I can with my power tools, but then I do my fine details and my cleanup with my hand tools. At this point, you would think that I know I'm not going to get through everything on my to-do list, and yet I keep trying. I just feel like if I put less on the to-do list, then I'm being lazy. I need to be ambitious. Speaking of ambition, I wanted to finish the table Wednesday. Well, here it is Friday, and guess what? It's done! Yes! So happy that it's done. Not going to show you it. Hopefully it's getting delivered this weekend. Then you can all see it. Next week, I'll be focusing on the coasters, getting those wrapped up if I can, which I should be able to. And then I don't really know what's next on my list. My next order, the wood isn't ready for, so I have to kind of shuffle around a few things. I don't know, I got a little bit of a puzzle to work out. And I'll probably work on that on Monday. Because even though it's a holiday here, you betcha I'm still going to be working in here. Always, right? Life of a small business owner. All right. I'm out of here. Have yourselves a good weekend. I'm going to go hang out with some friends, go out on the boat, watch the sunset. Man, that's going to be nice. All right. I'll see you later. Bye. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. This is probably the last time you're going to see my face for a couple of days, depending on how much I blow up. You can already start to see it showing up all over, really. My ears are on fire. My neck is super itchy. My arms, oh my goodness. You know, I really would have been fine not knowing what I was allergic to, but I am also glad now I know not to, use Rubio anymore. Who would have thunk it? It sucks. But you know what? The deposit has been made for the well. The deposit has been made for the roof. We're moving right along. We're just dealing with the shit. We're rolling with the punches. Going through this again. I'm gonna see if my doctor can give me some steroids without seeing me. Because, we literally just went through this. There should be no reason to have to see me again. I've already started on the Benadryl, making it happen. Despite all of this, with all of my gray hair increasing, I have to say, my faith is increasing too. Because you know what? As much as this sucks, as all of it just coming at once, we're gonna get through it. Sounds crazy. When you're in it, it's like, how? But you know what? We'll be good. We'll make it through. My husband is gonna plan on delivering the table for me so that I don't even have to touch it, and he's going to air out the shop and do whatever he can to get the odor out of the air, because this is definitely like not just contact but breathing it in, all that stuff. We will survive, and it will make us stronger, because this just is telling me that there's going to be some other shitstorm in the future that I'm going to need to pull from all of this for. So I don't look forward to it. I'm not looking forward to that future shitstorm, but I'm also not going to worry about it at all because it's in the future. No sense worrying about that now. Anyway, you guys have yourselves a good long weekend if you got one, or just a regular length weekend if that's all you got. But hey, either way, go enjoy it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.